Kempire is brought to you by...
Have you rated the Kempire podcast? Kempire podcast is available on Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all the places. But rating is very important for a podcast. As you know, we've been building the Kempire podcast in the last couple of years, and so many of you have rated it on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, but we're still trying to reach our goal. We're crawling to 500 on both Spotify and on Apple. Shout out to those of you that have given us glowing reviews and 5-star reviews. We appreciate it, but we're still not at our goal. And I know you guys are listening because the numbers are numbering. So be sure to subscribe, rate, review the Kempire podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And more information on our sponsors will be available in the description.
You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome back to the Kempire channel. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. You know, prepping for a show where literally the game happened yesterday. I just would first like to start off this recap special live, by saying congratulations to the team I always believed in. Congratulations to the Eagles, the Philadephia Eagles. I had such a fantastic time in Philadelphia when we came and brought the Kempire After Dark live experience there. So shout out to all of you that I got to meet while I was in Philly. So I feel like because you guys won, I won. And plus that's part of the Northeast. So I take on the win. But you also know I love me some Jalen Hurts. Literally, if you came to the Philly show, you already knew who I would be rooting for once I figured out who the team was playing. You know, I'm just saying, once we figured it out, I said, of course, I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts. But I just love that I can root for someone that is actually a quality human being. And he has done one of the things that I think I respect the most is that he's surrounded himself with smart, intelligent, Black women that represent him when it comes to his agent, when it comes to his communications team. And shout out to all the Black women. He is already fiancéed by this beautiful woman who's also quite intelligent herself. So congratulations to him and to her, I guess. Okay, I guess. Do you guys know anything about his girlfriend? You know, I had to Google schmoogle. I was like, she better be worth it that you didn't come to this side of the team. I'm playing. I'm kidding. I'm being facetious. He's quite young for me. But I do want to say congratulations to her. She was there supporting him as well. I don't know if you guys know. Her name is, she goes by Bree, but her full name is Brianna Rivera. Might be, according to the Daily Mail, they said she might be one of the premier wags in the NFL. But unlike most partners of big names in the league, she's very shy. She very much shies away from the limelight. They said the couple went public with their romance back in 2023, but their love story started much earlier. This is another thing that I really do respect about him, because I know a lot of people think with celebrities that, you know, it's everyone else that's in their business. A lot of times you can avoid people being in your business by how you handle your business. So as they said, the couple went public with their romance back in 2023, but their love story started much earlier. An AI.com article from 2016 reported that Burroughs, who's 27, hails from Kennesaw, Georgia. She studied political science and Spanish at the University of Alabama, which is where she's believed to have met Hurts. The duo were members of the different Divine Nine organizations, a group of recognized Black Greek letter fraternities and sororities in Alabama. Okay. I mean, they're also a gorgeous couple. Come on now. Come on. Look at this gorgeous couple. Gorgeous couple. I'm not jelly. Good for them. We'll get there. You'll get your football player. I probably have to learn a thing or two about sports, right? Probably. Anyways, she was a member of Theta Sigma chapter of the AKAs, okay? Alpha Kappa Alpha, while Hurts was a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Hurts played for Alabama's football team from 2016 to 2018 before he transferred to Oklahoma for his final college season, meaning their relationship could date back to that time. The couple were on and off in the years that followed, in which time Burroughs pursued an MBA at Alabama's Manderson School of Business, where she was captain of the MBA case team and a vice president of the Master's Business Administration. She began her career at IBM, With a role as a senior client experience consultant in Dallas, Burroughs then moved on to work as a sales executive and software financing leader. Her most current position sees her working as an artificial intelligence partner for IBM. She has played a key part in the tech company's educational and professional programs, according to People magazine. I was all in her business today, okay? We need to make sure that Jalen is protected, okay? We got to look out for our boy, but our boy is looking out for himself. His team is top notch, and he has one of the biggest contracts in the NFL. And according to what I found out, because I'm all into the sport, he was the MVP of the Super Bowl. Okay, congrats. But Burroughs, back to Burroughs. We're in her business. Beautiful, beautiful smile too. Okay. So Burroughs is said to be a coach for an 8-week accelerate program to help prepare minority undergraduate students for business. All right. In a post afterwards, she wrote, "It was the best time speaking and coaching breakout session for a few weeks. I can assure you with these students, the future is in good hands. Hashtag Big Blue." Meanwhile, she participated in Manderson's Women in Business Talk and the Diversity Inclusion Panel in 2021. She says, "I'm fortunate my company allows us space to converse, listen, and learn from one another," she wrote at the time. "Diversity and inclusion is deeper than gender, skin color, or nationality. It's about lived experiences that define who we are and better our community and workplace," especially with all these conversations about ending DEI at all these different companies. On her since deleted LinkedIn account, y'all are too up in her business, she described herself as extroverted and claimed that being outside recharges me every time. Her Instagram account remains private, and her short biography reveals she's a big fan of wine, which she calls her love language. Hertz and Burroughs did not make any public appearances together until 2023, when their love was already clear as they held hands on the field while celebrating the Eagles' NFC championship win against the San Francisco 49ers. Hertz confirmed the relationship by telling Essence magazine, a Black publication, I think it's important to emphasize that, "I'm not married or anything like that, but I am spoken for." Opening up about his commitment to Burroughs, he told the publication, "I knew a long time ago, to this point in my life, that's an irreplaceable feeling. I think that's what allowed us to get to where we are now." Woo, woo, woo. The pair made their red carpet debut at the Time 100 Next event in New York City before she supported him at the Eagles' 2024 opening game against the Green Bay Packers in Brazil. Later that month, they posed together on the red carpet for the New York premiere of The Evolution of the Black Quarterback. They officially got engaged in September of 2024 and confirmed the happy news by sharing photos and the Oceanside proposal with Essence magazine. Again, probably part of the reason why Essence is getting the exclusives is because he has a Black team, Black female team. Okay, so I love that. I love that. Was there anything else that we wanted to know about the woman that took our man away? No, I'm playing. Calm down. Am I? I'm kidding. We root for love. Okay. In a later KSPN press conference, Hertz expressed his love again, as he said, to Bree, the missus, "Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. And thank you for being the rock I can lean on." Burroughs being by Hertz's side since Alabama means she's seen the ups and downs of his career up close. Hertz was benched at halftime of the 2017 national championship game at Alabama in favor of, oh Lord, I'm not going to pronounce that. The Crimson side went on to win the game, and Hertz was the backup for his final year in Tuscaloosa. There we go. After his stint with the Sooners, Hertz was a second-round pick of the Eagles and has been doubted by many in his professional career. Now Hertz is the Super Bowl MVP, and his moment in New Orleans with Burroughs is flourishing more than ever. Well, congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. But speaking, for those that follow me here on YouTube, or if you follow me on social media, I was posting every time I would talk about, mind you, I was posting about Philadelphia Eagles, go Eagles, before they won. So please understand, this is not Johnny come lately. I know it was a couple of days before, but it's okay. It's all right. All right. But I was already posting really no one else in the team. I was only posting Jalen, but it's fine. Okay. But congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations to Jalen Hurts. Let me just play a clip for you so you guys can see what I'm talking about when he refers to why he has the team that he has around him. Let me just put this up. Let me see. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki knows. Okay. Let me just post this up and let me bring this. Let me show you.
An all-women management team. Why was it important for you to, sort of put women at the forefront?
I wanted to find the best agent for me. I wanted to find the best communications person for me and the best marketing representative for me, best assistant, all of those things.
But it's a male-dominated industry. Where does it come from?
My mom, my dad, my grandmother, everybody who I've been fortunate to be around and grow up around. And so I think the women that represent me, I thought they were the best.
You have an all.
See, I come from a rooted background of strong women. My mother, my grandmother, and it's always influenced me to be who I am. And I think in my journey, trying to navigate who I want to surround myself with, as I entered my professional career, it just kind of naturally happened that way. I'm just fortunate to have good people around me, strong women around me that are all for me and want to help me be the best that I can be.
Mm-hmm. They doing a good job, Jalen. A good job. Look, obviously he's very talented. What makes him even more talented and more someone you can root for is that he seems to handle himself well. And I always say this about because I've worked with so many different celebrities over the years in regards to just interactions, interviews, and things like that. And one of the things that makes a big difference is the fact that if they have a good team, a lot of times these folks do not have a good team and misrepresent them. And I can tell that he definitely has a good team around him. So congratulations to Jalen Hurts and, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles on their Super Bowl win. But whoa, whoa, whoa to the Kansas Chiefs, and whoa, whoa, whoa to Travis Kelce, and boo to I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm not booing you, okay? No one says Kempire looks salty. So I'm really not. Because if you came to the Philly show, I already told you. I gave you the stats, how much money he was bringing in. Oh, see, when you don't come to a show, you miss out. For us Philly folks, we had the conversation. We had a lot of conversation before we even knew that he was engaged. Okay? We were already having our conversation about Jalen back then, right? And I already told you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Yes, Mama Ellie, if we can get timestamps, that'd be fantastic. I'm sure the replay crew would appreciate. But yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm happy. And I'm happy for us. You know why? I'm happy for us because I think we will be hearing that Taylor Swift will be breaking up with Travis Kelce very soon. Boo! Play. I'm joking. I don't see the point in booing Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swiftie, but I am not obsessed with Taylor Swift. I like some of the songs, but I'm not obsessed. And I don't see the point in booing Taylor Swift. But what I will say, if you've been following the channel for a while, I've said this before, I don't believe this relationship with Travis Kelce. And we've had long conversations, and I said, one of the things that I've seen so many times in the industry, the music and entertainment industry, are these PR relationships. And you would be surprised how far people will go for a PR relationship. And I didn't believe this relationship. I actually preferred her relationship with the other guy over across the pond because he wasn't into the limelight or anything like that. And yes, I know Travis Kelce was already very famous, already had Super Bowl reigns and makes a lot of money. But what he didn't have was this pop culture crossover. He didn't have he didn't have the Swifties. And the Swifties are huge. So, and if you look at his history of the type of women that he's dated, Taylor Swift is not of their hue or their, crew. But the big news this week or yesterday was the fact that Taylor Swift was booed at the Super Bowl. And people find that shocking. I saw that the president was weighing in, but President Donald Trump, was also booed. And according to reports, people are saying that some of the U.S. TV networks did not they edited over the boos with cheers. Yay! But international media actually played the boos. So Taylor Swift wasn't the only person booed at the Super Bowl, although, the president would like to think otherwise, okay? But this is what our friends over at Yahoo is reporting in regards to this. Taylor Swift was surprisingly booed during the 2025 Super Bowl, and a lip reader has revealed how she responded. The singer was said to be to have been surprised. Mind you, she was sitting with Ice Spice. I thought that was interesting. They've hung out before, but I just thought that was interesting combination. Ice Spice's career seems to be on ice right now. But anyways, it's all about Doechii for me. Oh my goodness, I've been on a Doechii high this week. I've been watching so many things on Doechii. I just love her. Anyways, that's talent for me. Okay, the amount of success we're going to make a lot of tangents. The amount of success that I've seen Ice Spice achieve is the amount of success that Doechii deserves. Because you see it in the artistry, you see it in her stage performance, you see it in the lyrical content, you see it in her flow. These are two, and I'm not trying to compare them to, pit them against each other. I'm just saying it's like night and day, because Doechii is so incredibly talented and deserves all of the attention and accolades that she's getting right now. I've digressed, but let me get back to Taylor. Okay. So Taylor was booed at the 2025 Super Bowl, and according to Yahoo, lip readers, they're able to figure out her response to it. So they said the game which Taylor Swift attended to support her boyfriend, we'll put in quotes, Travis Kelce, ended in a loss for his team, the Kansas City Chiefs. So they said that Taylor Swift was confused. If you saw the video footage, she seemed a little confused by being booed. She's like, she's not used to that. It's Taylor Swift. No one's booing Taylor Swift. People love her, mostly, but apparently not football fans. And if anything, they're going to really dislike her now. They're going to say that she's bad luck, and she's the reason why they lost. So over the weekend, the Kansas City Chiefs faced off against the Philadephia Eagles in a historic attempt to secure a three-peat Super Bowl victory. Many celebrities attended the event, including Jay-Z, his kids, Taylor Swift, who was there to support her boyfriend, Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce. However, just before her boyfriend's team went on to suffer a crushing 22-40 defeat, a large portion of the crowd made it clear they weren't excited to see the pop star, hitting her with a barrage of boos when she appeared on the Jumbotron for the first time. The star seemed to take notice of the booing and did not only respond with a mocking side-eye glance, but also mumbled some words. Now, according to lip reader NJ Hickling, Swift said, "Aw, what's going on?" seemingly shocked that she was being booed by the crowd, per the Daily Mail. According to a body expert, Swift also showed support to her boyfriend in her own way as the scoreline between his team and the Philadelphia Eagles expanded during the game. Taylor Swift began a signature sweetheart mode. She looked as excited and busy as usual in the VIP section, chatting and whispering with one hand over her mouth like a teenage fan, a body language expert, Judy James, told the news outlet. She added, but with her boyfriend's team losing badly by halftime and Travis standing dejected below her, she gazed out at her lover, unsmiling, with her hands splayed and gripping the rail in a gesture of grim support. The body expert also touched on Swift's response to the intense jeers she received, saying that she was, quote, a good sport through it all. I mean, Taylor Swift has been in this game a long time. You're not going to see Taylor Swift sweat. James added about the pop star's reaction, she held her pose bravely, but her eyes rolled to one side and then the other in a gesture of disbelief. Taylor Swift is not used to people booing her. Taylor Swift is not used to people not liking her. Prior to the big game, it was revealed that Swift was worried that her presence could overshadow Kelce and his team due to her relationship with the tight end and her A-list status. Taylor doesn't want to be the center of attention, a source told The Sun. She just wants to support Travis and help him focus on the game. They added she wants Travis to enjoy his Super Bowl week experience and be at 110% for Sunday, as she's dreaming about him making Super Bowl history, and reaching another dream of his, winning another Super Bowl and making a three-peat. During the lead up to the game, many fans speculated whether Kelsey would seize the opportunity to propose to Swift. I'm willing to bet money he would have proposed if he won. And when I say propose, I'm going to put it in quotes, propose, because that would have been the next story. But now my prediction is that Taylor and Travis will break up. It's not going to be this week. It's not going to be this month. It's going to be this year. Unless they try to extend this relationship for promotional purposes. And I know what you're thinking. Kempire, you never believe in any of these relationships. That's how many fake relationships are in Hollywood. Okay? Anyways, Kelsey has even teased about the possibility of popping the question to the 14-time Grammy Award winner during the Super Bowl, blah, 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 opening night last Monday, adding to the speculation the couple was spotted enjoying a Friday night dinner date in New Orleans. However, it became very unlikely that a proposal would take place, especially as Kelsey appeared deeply devastated at the possibility of him and his team achieving a historic three-peat vanished into thin air during the game. With Kelsey's team ultimately losing, Swift, whom there is no immediate sign after the game ended, probably spent the rest of the night consoling her boyfriend. His fashion has gotten worse since he started dating Taylor. Anyone notice? And if you follow me on YouTube and you watch my community tab or the post tab, I showed you what Jalen wore for the Super Bowl night or evening, and then what Travis is wearing. Get back with homegirl. Get back with homegirl. Anyways, I just wanted to I don't believe in booing Taylor Swift. I don't see a reason to boo Taylor Swift. I like Taylor's music. Y'all already know one of our sound effects is Taylor. Okay. It's me, but repeating a Taylor Swift song. I like some of the songs. Okay. But I didn't see this. She's become known for her relationships, writing about her relationships. I felt like this was a very quick turnaround from her last relationship. I just don't believe this relationship at all. But it's okay. It's all right. Their fake relationship isn't hurting anyone. Anyways. But Serena Williams, who also made an appearance, no one knew she was going to make this appearance during the Super Bowl, made an appearance at the Super Bowl halftime show, but we'll get into that in just a bit. But according to Newsweek, Serena Williams had something to say in regards to people booing her friend Taylor Swift. The tennis champion posted on her socials, "I love you, Taylor Swift 13. Don't listen to those boos." The post has 8.9 million views at the time of the Newsweek's publication. One fan posted, "We love to see queens supporting queens." Yeah, that was sweet of Serena. Serena's a sweet person, okay? Okay. But again, I'll remind you, that wasn't not only was the president booed, he also got a few people that were giving him the bird. Oh, goodness. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, I know I just jumped right into the hot topics, but today's live is sponsored by our friends over at Rose Forever. Valentine's Day is this Friday, along with our special dating live. Don't forget to set your reminders, turn on your notifications, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. But you still have an opportunity to utilize our discount code Kempire20 for $20 off at roseforever.com. All information on Rose Forever and your discount will be available in the description. Don't forget as well, the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to New York City on Friday, February 21st for Black History Month with our friends B. Brooke Ashley. So make sure you get your tickets for that. More information on that will be available in the description, including, only for this show, a live stream option. And quite a few of you have already gotten your live stream tickets. So get your live stream tickets today for the Kempire After Dark live experience, Friday, February 21st. More information on both things will be available in the description. Shout out to our King's Guards holding us down in the live chat. And also shout out to our channel members and shout out to our subscribers. We appreciate you guys as well. I will drop the call-in link for those that want to call in and share their thoughts and opinions. All right. Okay, because there are a lot of opinions. Just a ray of hope. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate you. Guys, you can also become a member by clicking the join button or heading over to teamkempire.com/join. Miss Sharon. Whoa, Miss Sharon. I thought of you. She said the Kansas City Chiefs will be back next year. And I think they will win next year. Just not in the year where I'm supporting the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. All right. So where do I want to go next? Because there's just so much to unpack. Okay. Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar's performance last night. Okay. Did you guys see it? There are so many mixed reactions to his performance. And I kind of expected it, but I always feel like with the Super Bowl, there are mixed reactions all the time. There were mixed reactions when Usher did it. There were mixed reactions when Rihanna did it. I think because Beyonce has set the bar so high and has done it multiple times, people want that. But people also want something that they're familiar with. I think Kendrick Lamar is a brilliant lyricist, rapper. We've seen that. We've seen his talent. He's been celebrated across the industry. He has a Pulitzer. I think that is I think his music isn't for everyone, and he doesn't necessarily have the songs that everyone knows, particularly the audience that's watching it. But if you knew the symbolism that can be seen throughout his entire performance in Black History Month, and having Samuel L. Jackson be sort of the host and narrator of this moment, first of all, let's give Samuel L. Jackson his flowers. The fact that he got Samuel L. Jackson to do this and be a part of this. And just, did you pay attention to some of the things that Samuel L. Jackson was saying? He's like, don't be too loud. Don't be too ghetto. Like, he's addressing all of these aspects of what Black people have had to deal with throughout centuries. And this is what Kendrick Lamar has always been. If you listen to his music, he's always been talking about these messages. So I wasn't completely surprised at the mixed reaction, because I know a lot of people don't necessarily gravitate. He doesn't always have that big hit. He doesn't have all the hits like a Drake, okay, or a Rihanna or whatever it may be. But a lot of people respect him and respect his artistry, respect him as a lyricist, respect him as a hip hop artist. But the symbolism throughout his performance, like here, for those that are watching this, you can see he's making out mind you, he's doing this in front of the President of the United States. The messages that he's talking about throughout this performance. And everyone is talking about his flared jeans. What I appreciate about Kendrick, although he's not your typical, pop crossover hip hop artist like a Drake, what I can appreciate is the artistry and the imagery of what we're watching. And there's a lot of symbolism. I'm sure by now you've probably seen so many different content creators break down the symbolism in what he was doing, both with the dancers and his stage, and the symbolism of including certain people and some of his shadiness. And Nikki says, yes, I peeped the jeans. No, it didn't 45 leave after halftime or something like that? I don't recall. Mercedes says, yes, it flew over people's heads, Cam. Which I think people will end up appreciating it after. I think in the middle, people's first initial reaction was like, what was that? But I also understand that some people, if you don't look like us or been through the struggle that our people have gone through, you're not going to be able to appreciate it. But let me tell you something. Black people, although they're like, I'm not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, but I can appreciate what he was trying to do with this national platform. That was, as some people would say, a blackly black performance, which was perfect for Black History Month. But I think people need to understand, although I'm not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, and I've become one because of what I've seen in his battle with Drake, he put on a show. And for those that have kept on saying, oh, Lil Wayne should perform, it's New Orleans, blah, 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 you aren't going to get this type of show from Lil Wayne. And I like Lil Wayne's music, but you're not going to get this type of performance from Lil Wayne. From the dancers to the symbolism in some of the dancing. I love how when he was going to get into the Drake Not Like Us diss track, I love the fact that he it was sort of like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of it, because the sound of the instrumental of "Not Like Us" is so distinct. We've heard it over and over again. As you know, we also done separate videos talking about Drake suing, not Kendrick. He's suing his record label, saying that the record label, Spotify, all hyped up this song. All right. And we said, Drake, it sounds as if this is something that they've done for you, and now you're calling them out for it because now it's hurting you. Everyone's reaction after the Super Bowl were like, because people were speculating whether or not Kendrick Lamar was going to perform Not Like Us. I would have been shocked if he did not perform Not Like Us. I would have been shocked. But he did. But before he gets into it, he's just giving a little bit of it. And I know everyone in the stadium, in the Superdome, were like, it's coming. And then he would just go somewhere else. But he didn't use the word PDF file. We'll just do that PDF file. He did not use that. He just did it. I forgot, he made like a sound. But he did do the A minor, and the Superdome all said it. Drake, you've made this worse for yourself than anyone else could have. Okay? But before we continue, I know that Time Magazine actually, was it Time? Yeah, it was Time. They posted this on their socials in regards to his performance, because there's been a lot of reaction to his performance, a lot of mixed reaction. Some people are saying it was underwhelming. They didn't like it. I think sometimes it's very much like with certain songs, once you know what they mean or the symbolism, you can really appreciate it a lot more. So Time posted this in their caption on Instagram. They said, when the NFL announced Kendrick Lamar as a Super Bowl halftime show performer in September, both his critics and fans expressed doubt that he would be up for the job. To naysayers, Lamar was too verbose, too political, too obscure for pop music's biggest stage, which has typically featured culturally safe icons belting universally beloved anthems. Conversely, Lamar's fans worried that the narrow confines of the televised gig would require him to compromise his artistry. There seemed to be no way that Lamar could both win over the masses yearning for a spectacle and his diehards hoping for a thunderbolt of Pulitzer-level genius. But Lamar's superpower has been his unique ability to navigate this exact tension between message and reach, to tell stories of American pain and oppression without coming off as preachy, to challenge audiences lyrically and musically while widening his listenership. And on Sunday, this balancing act was on full display. Lamar delivered a Super Bowl performance wholly unlike any other before it, in which the aim was not to summon nostalgia or comfort, but to demand full attention and active listening from his audience. What Lamar lacked in sing-alongs, he made up for in narrative, visual stagecraft, and sly political commentary, while also slamming the casket on his rap feud with Drake for good. Come on now. I loved this so much because to me, it summed up exactly what I think a lot of us that got it, that watched it, is like, I appreciate this. I appreciate what he did with this. I also came into knowing, like, this is not going to be a Beyonce or a Rihanna or a Madonna or Michael Jackson. In Black History Month, in this political climate, I'm glad, because you know Rock Nation, Jay-Z, they produced the halftime show. I'm glad they chose Kendrick Lamar. It was perfect timing because of the political climate, perfect timing because of his beef with Drake, perfect timing because of his multiple wins. He swept his categories at the Grammys. And he lyrically is very talented, but he also proved in his battle with Drake that he is not one to be played with, that he can come and do it with the best of them. And this solidified, and I'm so glad they said he put the nail in the coffin when it comes to his beef with Drake. And when he started Not Like Us and he looked at the camera, come on, look at the smile on his face. He looked at the camera when he mentioned Drake's name. But before he even mentioned Drake's name, homeboy was, where was it? Hold on. Was it here? I can't remember where it was. No, it wasn't here. It was one of the other, when he was first introduced, he's like, they liked, oh wait, no, I have it here. This was the moment where it's like, they like to sue. And this is when he was just sort of like inkling into he's asking the audience, I'm not sure if I'm going to perform this song. Like he's teasing us. He's teasing us whether or not he's like, they like to sue. Mind you, he started off this halftime performance with like a whole new verse. Okay. Then leading into some of the songs that we already know and love from him, or some of you are just getting to know from him. And of course, he brought out SZA, who I really love SZA. One thing I would have wished for, but I get it. He had an idea. He only has 13 minutes to do his performance. SZA has a catalog herself. And yes, they have hits together and they're on tour together. They just announced the European leg of their tour. But SZA has some songs. I mean, I kind of wish that she got her own moment of performing a few more of her own songs, but I appreciate it. There ain't no time for that. Okay. There ain't no time for that. But I appreciated her being there. And for those that are wondering if that was her really singing live, no. Which is fine. She already has had issues in the past in regards to nerves singing live. No, it's okay. I will excuse it. I like the pre-recorded live vocals. She sounded great. All right. So the other part, when he finally gets, again, for those that just joined us, we're breaking down a little bit. I know I'm a little all over the place, but there's just so many thoughts that I have coming into this, thinking about this performance. So we already have at the top of his performance, we have Samuel L. Jackson. Okay. And pay attention. If you go back, because a lot of people do go back and they watch these performances, these Super Bowl halftime shows. When you go back, pay attention to what Samuel L. Jackson, legendary icon. I don't say that lightly because he is. People love to throw icon around. No, Samuel L. Jackson is an icon. Pay attention to what he's saying. Pay attention to the dancing and the symbolism and the colors used in this performance. All of that is intentional. Along with SZA, a lot of people didn't even realize that Serena was also there. Serena, I'm going to have to say C-Walk because I believe, they will censor us if we use the actual term. So Serena was also there performing. So when they were doing Not Like Us, pay attention to the stage. Serena was performing, as you saw, it was sort of like a, I don't even know, a game board, not a game board, a game controller. She's dancing over the X. She is C-walking. First of all, she looks great. The hair, makeup. People love to criticize her hair, hair and makeup. She looks great. I loved her outfit. She got in trouble. Remember when she was playing tennis, doing the C-walk there? She got in trouble for that. Not only that, she's up on stage doing that. She's representing Compton. Okay. She's also allegedly, I guess we have to say allegedly because I don't know if they ever confirmed the relationship. She's also Drake's ex. Drake also did a song a couple of years ago talking smack about her husband. Okay. So there is a history. SZA, also allegedly an ex. I don't know if I can say allegedly. An ex of Drake. Some people have said the Super Bowl performance was Drake's funeral. I feel like Drake made this worse on himself. Rap battles happen. He's had rap battles before where he was slaughtered in them. But he's really just, by suing, he's elongated the situation. And again, I feel like he's made Not Like Us even bigger by constantly bringing it up legally. But SZA is a Drake ex, but SZA has had collaborations with Kendrick Lamar, multiple collaborations. She's also on tour with him. But Serena is an ex as well. Drake talked about Serena's husband. So it was kismet, perfection. No one saw this coming. You see Serena dancing on the X. Look, dancing on the X, C-walking on the X. All right. And to me, it was fantastic. I thought it was perfection. But again, because Kendrick Lamar is very deep, it went over a lot of people's heads. And I don't blame you. I'm not trying to be, like, oh my gosh. No, even some things miss me. But this goes back before you slam something as underwhelming or not great or sucked. because there were quite a few comments like that, but people said that about Rihanna's. Rihanna's performance ended up being huge. Okay. Huge afterwards. I think in the middle of it, a lot of people were like, oh, it was just okay. But we kept on seeing on social media so many other people recreating the iconicness of the dancing and the music and just celebration. And I think we're going to see a lot of that. For me, what stood out with Kendrick Lamar's performance was the dancers, the symbolism, also his flow. Can we just appreciate Kendrick Lamar's flow and his lyrics? So I thought that was really, really good. And I would probably he definitely would go up there as one of the memorable performances just because of the symbolism behind it. And I think when people go back and watch it, and again, some people are never going to get it. Some people are never going to appreciate it for a lot of reasons, because like I said, it's a very black in this Black History Month performance. And some people are not going to like it because it makes them uncomfortable, the topics that he's talking about. Just saying. But everyone has a right to their feelings and their opinions on the performance. But for me, I thought the performance was damn good. And that was from the first time of watching, because I was impressed by this hip hop artist, just the choreo and the stage presence and the just everything that they did around him was beautiful. I appreciate it. It wasn't like they just got up there and they were just kind of going back and forth to a stage. No, people took a good diligence of what he was doing. Like, there was a lot of work that was put into the symbolism and the performance of this Super Bowl performance. All right, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We're talking about last night's Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Philadephia Eagles. I know you guys will be having a fantastic parade in Philly. So congratulations to Philly as well. We have a strong community of folks in Philly that really appreciate our channel. So we appreciate that. Heather, thank you so much for being a member for 10 months. I was waiting for Sam to say mother effer. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says Buffalo will be back before Kansas City. Love having KSP. When sports crosses over into the world of pop culture, we got to talk about it. And you knew we had to talk about it. As you can see, I'm still not in my studio, but soon comes. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for the super chat. Let me shimmy for the $20. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Ann says, the show was epic. I learned so much about the symbolism. A moment for the culture. Prince of Monaco was there supporting Eagles as his mom was from Philly. Love the GOAT, Serena. Beautiful artistry. Yeah, honestly, when I saw, because I first watched the Super Bowl performance on my phone, and I was just like, wait, was that Serena? In my head, I'm like, was that Serena? But I had to wait to go back so I can see it full screen. Then I saw people reacting like that was Serena Williams there. And we already knew immediately, if you watch me on TikTok for short form, I already posted about it. I was like, Serena was there. And there's just so much symbolism behind her sea walking and what Drake said about her ex-husband, or her ex, what about her husband, not her ex Drake, talking about her husband in a song coming for her. So for me, she didn't have to say much or do much, but I did see, and you guys will let me know, because I'm going to drop the call link for members first. Live chat members, King's Guards, let me know how many likes we have and how many likes we should get before I drop the call link for you guys. But I'm going to drop the call link for our members first. Let me just do that now, guys, while I remember. But I appreciated the symbolism. But I did see some people say, how do you think Serena's husband feels about her even thinking about her ex in this regard? I mean, I think her husband loves her, and I don't remember if her husband ever said anything in regards to Drake saying anything about him, because that was a couple of years ago. But I think a secure man wouldn't care. He's like, I got the wife and the kids. I'm good. But I did see some people like, I thought about that. Jamaki says, Alexis is down for the pettiness. Okay. Wynn says, I don't know. I don't know he cares. Maybe. I don't know. If you remember the channel, we've posted a call link on the community tab. Mods, I may have missed what you said. Let me scroll up and see what the mods say in regards to how many likes we should get. Let me see. Oh, 800 likes. Thank you, Foxy. Shout out to Foxy and Mama Allie in the building. Where's Philly John? Shout out to Philly John. I met Philly John when I went to Philly for the Kempire After Dark live experience. Guys, don't forget the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to New York City on Friday, February 21st. It's 11 days away. You know, I love the number 11. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, go get your tickets today. There is also a live stream option available as well. We have a lot to talk about, from Grammys to Super Bowl to Diddy to Real Housewives. We have a lot to unpack, and this is your opportunity to meet and greet with me, but also an opportunity to spill tea or get some tea over at the Kempire After Dark live experience coming to the Green Room 42 on Friday, February 21st. Okay? So I will see you guys then. Stephanie says, Kemp, all of us in Philly are still recovering. I bet. Y'all probably were acting up last night. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. You guys had an epic win. A lot of people did not expect Kansas City to not win. I did. I had a feeling. I should have bet money. Word on the street. Did Tiger lose $5 million? I didn't get to, someone told me that. So I was like, wait, did Tiger lose $5 million because he betted on Kansas City? Queen says, we ain't working in Philly fully because all of y'all are here. I appreciate it. 2,000 of you are here. I appreciate it. See, can't be bothered. Okay, but can't be bothered. You come to the New York show. I think you told me you were going to try. She says I had a feeling too. Yeah, I had a feeling. I don't know what it was. I couldn't. I don't know sports. I just had a feeling. Okay, and I was right. I should have bet money. All right, let me get to some more super chats. Thank you, and for the super chat. We appreciate your support. Kim, thank you for the super chat. Kim says he's an old school Gemini in regards to Kendrick Lamar. You Geminis. Khadijah, thank you for being a member for 2 years. Kendrick Lamar has cemented his GOAT status. His artistry and talent supersedes music. Also, Travis Kelce is ready to revert to being black again. Khadijah. Hey, El Singleton. El Singleton says, Kemp, who would you like to see do the halftime show next year? Well, I think we have to mix it up. I think as a community, we have a bunch of black artists that we want to see do it, but we have to mix it up. I know Taylor Swift has been asked over the years, and remember, Jay-Z's Rock Nation produces the halftime show. I think we need to mix it up for next year. I would like to see Taylor Swift because I don't mind Taylor Swift, and I've heard she's pretty good, live. All right. I mean, I don't know some of that, but I do like some of the songs. I don't know if she will do it next year. Maybe if she's broken up with Travis, she'll do it next year. But now that they booed her. So Taylor's the first person that comes to mind. Let me think. Who has the catalog? Let me think. There was someone that, look, no matter how you feel about Chris Brown just sold out 2 stadiums in South Africa. Well, 2 stadiums, 2 sold out shows at a huge stadium in Africa. A lot of people have wanted Chris Brown to do it. So Chris Brown, Taylor Swift, who's of that caliber? I feel like people that haven't been of that caliber have done it. But who? That's a good question. Live chat. Who do you guys think? Get my mind. Why hasn't Pink done it? Some people have said some of the Miley fans want to see Miley do it. Billie Eilish doesn't have those type of songs. Billie Eilish doesn't have those type of songs. Britney Spears is retired from music, so we can't, but Pink would be fantastic. Pink has never done it. Miley would definitely be good. I would like to see Pink. Who said Kid Rock? Kid Rock and Kick Rocks. Let me see. Who? I don't know. But Replay Crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts on everything that we've discussed so far for today's special Super Bowl Live. Normally we recap Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine, but those didn't come on last night, right? Daisy Bella says Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's huge, but Bad Bunny, he's having some big concerts in Puerto Rico for residents. Missy Elliott did it with Katy Perry, but I think Missy Elliott deserves her own. Lady Gaga has never done it? No, Lady Gaga did it. I just remember it because I remember seeing her jump off the top of the thing. Lady Gaga's done it. Lady Gaga's definitely done it. Bruno Mars has already been there twice, and he's fantastic. Someone says Destiny. The only way we can get Beyonce back is by bringing Destiny's Child back, right? But remember when Beyonce did it, she brought out Destiny's Child. I would love a Destiny's Child reunion, meaning bring all the girls back. That would be epic. But no, enough of Beyonce. And I love Beyonce, but enough of Beyonce at the Super Bowl at this particular point. I mean, have you seen Missy Elliott in concert? She would be amazing. She would be amazing. Including LaToya. Yes, including LaToya for Destiny's Child. Boyz II Men. Okay. Maroon 5. Maroon 5 hasn't done it? No, Mariah. Here's the thing. I love Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is legend. She's an icon. But Mariah's not going to give y'all what y'all want. Y'all going to rip Mariah apart. Mariah's not going to give y'all what y'all want at a Super Bowl. Okay? She's an icon. She's a legend. However, she's not going to give you what you want. Okay? Thank you, El Singleton, for the super chat and the question. Jocelyn says, Benny from 90 Day Fiancé was a dancer for the show. Really? You know Benny. That's amazing. Really? Is he still with What's Her Face? Aren't they on Last Resort? That's amazing. So, he's doing his thing here in the States. That's pretty dope. I didn't know that, Jocelyn. Thank you so much for letting us know. Miranda, thank you so much for being a member for 15 months. We appreciate your support. Miranda says, very blackly black and pure rap. I enjoyed it. And honestly, I started off this live talking about Doechii. I don't think Doechii should do it yet. However, I can see it in her future. I am such a Doechii stan right now. I love her. I love her flow. I love her lyrical content. People have called her the female Kendrick Lamar. She's just really creative. To me, she takes Kendrick Lamar's creativity to another level. It's not just lyrical. It's the dancing. It's the imagery. It's the videos. She also sings. She's incredibly talented. So I could definitely see Doechii. Maybe whoever does it that's big next year should include Doechii. And then Doechii will eventually do it on her own. Kataman, thank you so much for the super chat. Kataman says, remember Drake is using or suing UMG. Plus, in Kendrick's song, Not Like Us, is accusing of being a yes. You can't do that. I don't like Drake as the best person, but come on now. Well, there are no limits. Look, I'm not a hip hop head, but I do know rap beef. He's not suing because of that. He's suing, accusing Universal of pushing the song to be bigger than it actually was, which a lot of people are saying, no, it's pretty big. But I mean, I get it. It's defamatory, but that's rap battle. And he's also not suing Kendrick Lamar because of those comments. He also even called the song anti-Semitic because he's Jewish. But this is rap beef. Auntie Eva says New Edition and Company. I mean, they still tour. They still do very well. I just can't imagine Bobby Brown getting up there. Ciara. I think if Missy Elliott does it, that's how you should include Ciara. You get what I'm saying? Ciara, Missy, Timbaland. And Ciara does the damn thing too. Ciara looked great. Her and Russell were out. They were on a date night. That's another beautiful couple. Judy, Judy's been a member for 39 months. Everyone put a round of applause in the chat for Judy. Judy, I love your new photo too. Judy says, hello at Kempire. I love the pre-show and the halftime show. Epic. Oh yeah, one thing I want to say, congratulations to Lettucey. Lettucey performed as well at the pre-show. Yeah, Lettucey is an incredible singer. Okay? Incredible singer. So she performed the hell out of that dance. I did not get to see the national anthem. But some people say the African American national anthem is really the anthem. I didn't get to see it. Did he do a good job? I forgot. Tree says y'all just throwing out names now. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie says he did good. I just realized this. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't get to see the national anthem. Oh my goodness. Hey, Janaea. Okay. Nelly Furtado could perform with Missy Elliott. Yes, love John Baptiste. I completely forgot. I did not see that. And his style was different. I heard he was going to do a different style to it. Okay. Teresa was not impressed. Teresa did okay. Yeah, this was a very blackety black Super Bowl. Probably what's got a lot of people mad. Okay. Someone said Sam Smith. Okay. Yeah, Moth Girl says it was jazz, which is his forte. Yeah. Okay. I just realized I need to go watch that. That's the one thing I did not get to see was the national anthem. But again, I feel like no one has done the national anthem justice since our girl, our icon, Whitney Houston. No one has done it justice. Mods, can you let me know where we are at with the likes? We have over 2,000 people watching. Be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Shout out to those of you watching on Facebook, The Campfire and Campfire Daily on Facebook. Those of you watching on Twitch and Twitter. And of course, we are live here on YouTube where the majority of our folks that are chatting in the live chat. Samara, thank you for the super chat. She says Ariana and she could bring up Monica and Brandy. That's a possibility. I could see that. Tasman, thank you so much for the super chat. Tasman says, unpopular opinion, but I wouldn't mind an Afrobeats halftime show with Berna, Thames, Tyla, and Ariana. Aria star. That's an idea, Tasman. I could see that. But you already know what the conversation will be. They're not American. They don't even know for American football. But I could see that. That would actually be fun. That would be real blackity black. I just feel like next year they're not going to be so black. Powerful, thank you for being a member for 41 months. Everyone dropped the applause for Powerful in the live chat and then the replay. Thank you for being a member for so long. I don't take that lightly. We appreciate you guys help to keep the lights on. Powerful says, I would love for them to do a halftime show with rap, pop, and R&B singer. Who would you want to see in that? I think that would be fantastic. Big Miss Muffin, thank you for being a member for 23 months, almost 2 years. A round of applause in the live chat and replay crew for Big Miss Muffin. She says, hello, everyone. We love you, Campfire. Thank you so much, Big Miss Muffin. We appreciate you guys. Mods, I completely missed. I asked you a question and then there we go. We've hit 800 likes. Okay, guys. So can we get to 1,000 likes? I'm going to drop the call link for our live chat as well. Let me open up my timer to make sure that you guys stay on time because I am not going to be here. I'm getting off of here at 4:00. Okay. 4:00. Okay. It's 4:00 on the dot. I'm in my drop top. Ooh, a Shaggy and Sean Paul. That would be amazing. I do feel as if we're going to include, like, say, an Afrobeats or reggae, that probably like a main act that's American will do it. And then they bring on that influence, which I think that would be fantastic. Okay. All right. So we have quite a few members that are backstage that want to call in and share their thoughts on the Super Bowl, from Taylor Swift getting booed to Kendrick Lamar's performance with SZA and featuring Samuel L. Jackson and Serena Williams. Someone says, oh, how about Kemp? Nope. Nope. That's a lot. It's a lot of work. First of all, no one knows me, but also that would be a lot of work. That'd be a lot of work. So again, people don't even consider that. There's so much work that goes into putting together a halftime show. And for the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I'm surprised they didn't do like a Super Bowl celebration. You know what I mean? That would have been cool. Someone says Jay-Z could do it. Jay-Z produces it. So I think it's part of the reason why Jay-Z hasn't done it. No, I'm not saying that. I mean, musically, no one knows me. All right, you guys. Anyways, all right, guys. Let me get to these callers. Toya's backstage. We're going to bring Toya up first. Toya, what did you want to share about the Super Bowl or anything that we've discussed so far?
Hey, Campfire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I think Kendrick did a really great job. A lot of people were mentioning like his breath control was phenomenal, because even with the singer, like you could hold a note, but he was a million words per minute, you know, and his rapping style is very fast. So that's definitely notable. I do wish that he would have performed more of his bigger hits like Loyalty or B Don't Kill My Vibe, you know, but I think the symbolism in all of it was really good. I got my life when I saw Serena Williams walking on that stage. Just the level of pettiness, I loved it because Drake has come for that lady and her family and her husband, and she has not said anything. And I loved how Kendrick said, "You're going to stop disrespecting Serena Williams and everybody from Compton, okay?" And when he looked in that camera and he said, "Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young." Like, that was diabolical. I mean, that he did not look into the camera a lot. You know, he was just rapping, but he made sure to look in that camera and say, "Say, Drake." I mean, it was awful, but it was good. It was good. But every year people say they don't like the show. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. Every year. So, I mean, you can't make everybody happy, but it was a good show. It was great for rap.
Yeah, most definitely. And for the culture.
Yes. Yes, it was. And I like to see, I think Ariana Grande would be great. Or Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is used to doing large shows on that magnitude. So, you know, why not? Why not Taylor or Ariana? I think that'd be really good.
I agree 100%. Toy, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having me. Have a good one.
You too. Bye. All right, we're going to get to some more callers. Again, I put up my little disclaimer. We've got a Kansas City fan backstage. We're going to bring up Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, Ken Pie. How are you doing, Mr. Eagles fan?
Sorry.
Yeah, I knew that game was over before halftime.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I know how the Chiefs play. I watch the Chiefs all the time, and what they do is they play a time game.
Mm-hmm.
So once they didn't score in the first half, I knew they weren't going to win that game. So I turned it off. But I saw the halftime show. My husband was up here watching the halftime show. After that, then he left and went downstairs. Drake, baby, anytime you can get a 72-year-old person to stand up and pay attention and start dancing and try to do the crip walk, you're doing something wrong. You are doing something wrong. Yep. Because I had to explain the song to my husband before it even got started to tell him who Kendrick Lamar was, because my husband, he still listens to old R&B. So I had to explain the whole thing. And then he was like, but what really got him is when he went after that person. And he said, "I wonder if that person is still in the stands." I'm like, "I don't know. He probably left."
Oh, the person that ran out with the Palestine flag?
No, did you see that?
We didn't mention it, but yeah, I did see the report on that.
Yeah, I saw the report on that as well. But no, the other person, the commander-in-chief.
Oh, okay. All right, Miss Sharon, we appreciate you calling in.
And I'm happy for the Eagles. Every dog has his day.
You know what? Miss Sharon, goodbye.
Kimpa, I got one more thing to say. Buffalo, don't get your hopes up, baby, because y'all always choke in the fourth quarter. Thank you. Goodbye. Good day, mate.
Bye. Wow. Damn, how Buffalo get into this? Okay, we have Barry backstage. We'll bring Barry up next. Barry, what did you want to share?
Hey, Camper, how's it going?
Well, how are you today?
Good, thank you. I watched the halftime show, and as enjoyable as it was, it would never rank in like the top 10 or top 15 for me as far as I can remember. I think while it was blackety black, 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 living as a black person in the United States, when I want escapism and to just be thoroughly entertained, I don't always want my blackety black, black experience to be played out for me all the time when I'm just trying to like have an escapism moment. That, and also while I appreciate Kendrick Lamar's musicality and his discography, he's not the person I want to see give me the show of an NFL halftime performance.
Okay.
So he'd already started kind of back for me. So he needed to match not a Beyonce level performance, but at least give me an Usher level performance. And even Usher's performance wasn't that great because he tried to jam too many songs into his performance and he seemed out of breath. So while I do appreciate it, I wish it lived up to the hype of what Kendrick Lamar's capabilities were. And maybe I'm just I need a song and a dance and like an 8 count moment from a performer if I'm going to watch it for a half
count.
Men, it's like either you're a rock musician, you get up there, you do a great guitar riff, but you don't have to do choreography, or you do what Beyonce does and you give us the whole plate, give us lunch, dessert, and the whole entire meal for an entire week, and we're living for it. I just didn't get that from that performance.
Okay.
But also, I mean, I think also people rave about Rihanna's performance because Rihanna really doesn't give that much. I've been to her concerts. She's entertaining, but Rihanna's she's a vibe. She's a vibe artist. She's not necessarily kind of like the person who's going to give you much, which is what she gave the NFL halftime.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was just about it.
All right. Thank you, Barry, for calling in.
Have a good one.
You too. I think a lot of people had mixed reactions. This was part of the reason I wanted to talk about the performance, because I did see a lot of commentary on people's reaction to Kendrick Lamar's performance. If you're part of the replay crew, we want to hear from you guys as well. What did you think? What stood out to you? What did you not like? Who do you want to see perform at the halftime show next year? Sassy, thank you so much for the super chat. Sassy says Chris Brown and Rihanna should do the next Super Bowl. Super Bowl is currently aired in 180 countries. Sassy says she meant Ciara in regards to Chris Brown and Ciara, because they also have a couple of songs that they could do together as well. I mean, that's an idea, Sassy. And you're right. Internationally, people are watching the Super Bowl. It's not just the United States. I did not get to see the commercials. Were there any standout Super Bowl commercials that you guys liked and enjoyed that were, usually if it was something that really stood out, people would be talking about it. They needed to do a commercial with Onijah Robinson Ahmed. You know, the black woman that took over Pakistan. Well, she's back in New York. But that's what they needed. Someone needed to do a last-minute commercial with her. Hilarious. Okay. Anyways, let's get to more of the callers, guys. Again, I don't have the time, and my timer thing is not doing what it's supposed to do. But please keep it brief so we can get to everyone that's backstage, because I got to get off here by 4. All right, so let's bring up Bap next. Hold on, Bap. Bap, what did you want to share in regards to the Super Bowl?
Overall, I can't say overall. I enjoyed the halftime show a lot, and then going back and rewatching it, I liked it even more because Kendrick always has layers upon layers of things. So for me personally, he would rank in my top 5. My top is always going to be the Prince halftime show because that was just amazing.
Oh,
as far as like who I want next, I want to see Adele because I just want somebody who sings.
Oh, Adele?
Yeah, I want to see Adele.
I love me some Adele, but what are we gonna be doing during that halftime show?
She performs. You could just sit there and listen to her sing beautifully. It would be nice. Or they could do like a 90s nostalgia type thing and have like Christina Aguilera and the Backstreet Boys and that sort of stuff. I don't know. Something like that.
Adele got 2 songs that she could get us hyped with. But I get it. I think she's been asked before. I think she spoke out about being asked before. And even she's like, what am I going to perform at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, she might not be. That might not be the best idea because she might not be the most hype. Maybe I should go see her in Vegas or something. But
I saw her in Vegas when I went to BravoCon. Everyone was all doing the BravoCon stuff. I said, I'm going to see Adele. She was amazing.
Yeah, but for me, nobody can top Prince's halftime show. I think with Kendrick, a lot of the disconnect with him is that people had to be a little bit more familiar with what type of artist he is.
Yeah.
And if they had been, I don't think there would have been the disappointment that there is with people who wanted more from his show. But yeah, overall, I think he did well.
Okay. Thanks, Bap, for calling in.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, we've had some really legendary performances over the years. And I think that's part of the reason why recent performances feel so like, they don't feel as exciting because we've had icons perform at the Super Bowl. And I think the last real icon that we have that's currently with us was Beyonce that performed there. That can give you an actual great live performance. All right. Let's bring up Carla next. Carla, what did you want to share about the Super Bowl?
Hello. I'm a longtime Kempire subscriber, an Indigenous woman.
Yeah.
And I believe that Kendrick Lamar was representing me as well in this country right now with that performance.
Yeah.
I think he was the right artist for this challenging time in this moment, having the attention of our president. So I was very proud of that whole thing. And I also, I went to school, studying fascism. And I know that Kendrick is such a deliberate and intelligent artist. I think there was a lot of references to 1936 Germany and the rise of fascism in a lot of what his imagery and symbolism last night that I really appreciated. And so I think we're going to keep rewatching that performance and getting more and more from it and understanding what a profound performance that we actually needed in this country, what it will be. And sometimes it's not just about entertainment and being light. And I understand because everything's been so heavy in our country, we want our entertainment to be light, but I think he's going to be remembered. Kendrick will be remembered for being on the right side of history. So that's all I had to say.
Thank you, Carla. You said a lot. Powerful. Thank you so much, Carla.
Thank you.
Bye. I agree. I forgot what was that Lauryn Hill quote that she said during her Unplugged. Oh my goodness. I used to say it all the time. I'm trying to think about it. Oh, I can't think of it. But it was something powerful. Basically, what Carla was saying is that, yes, we want entertainment, but in the times that we're in, especially with an artist like Kendrick Lamar, it can't always be about entertainment. And it can't always be about a break from reality, because a lot of people are taking that extended break, and they're not thinking about the future of what's happening here in America and around the world. So I appreciate an artist like Kendrick. If Kendrick just did, some Taylor Swift fans were mad that he didn't do Bad Blood. He wanted to use his platform very much like he's done with his career to tell a story and speak of what's going on culturally. And now more than ever, I appreciate him using that time, because a lot of people are going to slam it, but at the end of the day, he's going to be like, you know what? I stay true to myself. And a lot of us are, they shuck and they jive for clicks and views and money. And it's just like, you see someone like him stand on what he believes in and still have success. Goes back to one of the quotes that I've said to myself in regards to doing what I do, which is different, but it's making yourself so great that you make it impossible for them to ignore you. And that is exactly what Kendrick Lamar has done. Let me get to the rest of these callers. We got quite a few people backstage. We have Bianca. Bianca, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kempire. So I guess I'm going to be, crip walking and twerking on a fence.
Yeah. I wonder what that looks like.
Well, I think Serena was doing a pretty good job. Yeah. But I loved Serena. I loved SZA. I like Kendrick. And I will say Bap was pretty on the money when she kind of said, if you knew like more of his catalog and his music, you were definitely entertained. Kind of like the feeling that I got when Rihanna performed. She didn't do like a performance that was like really hype, but because I knew every song, I was like checked in. And with Kendrick, I was bored until he did Not Like Us. I mean, he did a couple of other songs that I did know, but it was like, oh, okay, I don't know anything going on. So it was more so me just watching, and I did love the dancing. I did not love the pants that he had on. His jeans were taking me.
All the girls are wanting these pants right now.
Yes, all the girls.
Wait, I got to bring down this thing so y'all can see the full pants, because you ain't gonna talk about these pants. These pants are all the girls want pants.
I just was not, I don't know. I wasn't here for them Kempire. I couldn't take it. But from waist up, hip up, I was here for it. I just loved the way he kept moving. I do not agree with the person who said he was out of breath. I thought he did really well.
Yeah.
With his breath control, and considering he was moving a lot and hopping from stage to stage, I was like, he's doing an excellent job there. But I was bored. I'm not gonna lie. I do wish that the these halftime shows would take a more approach similar to like award shows where we have like a medley or several performances happening at once. So that's the only thing that I would say. I did miss some of the symbolism, but I'm very happy that he did not put Taylor Swift up there because I think there'd have been a riot. It had just been no. It wouldn't have fit the message that I think he was trying to push. Mm-hmm. And I'm here for the blackity black of it all. Even in moments where I want to have fun, I feel like blackity black people don't get to have fun. We always see, other people having fun and being serious in so many different moments and not a lot of our face involved in those conversations. So I think in every single moment that we could be blackity black, let's do it. So I was here for it in that realm. But yeah.
Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, we have Vanna backstage. We're going to bring Vanna up next. Vanna, what did you want to share about the Super Bowl?
First of all, the Chiefs should have known it was over the moment that Travis came out in that outfit. Because what in the Saturday Night Fever was that? They should have known. Because I was like, oh, no, baby. Two is, about 20 minutes ago, the Shade Room did a breakdown of all the symbolism in Kendrick's performance. So definitely go check it out. Okay. I think that I definitely understand that sometimes we want to, be entertained. But I also feel like, as we said, with the climate that we're in, with everything going on, I think this was the best moment and the best approach. And he had the whole stadium screaming A minor. And it was actually hilarious to see like people taking videos and some of the other people them was just standing there like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? And that's always the best. But, I'm happy for the Eagles. I think Travis won the ring, and I think Taylor thought she was going to get a ring too last night, but let's try again. And, that is it.
Thank you, Vanna. Bye. Oh, not Taylor thought she was going to get a ring too. Y'all are so, we have a long line backstage. I'm going to try to get to everyone, y'all. But I did see that the Shade Room did post just a few minutes ago, breaking down some of the symbolism, including, I'll read it to you guys, not joystick. What do you call it? Let me just read it as verbatim. So they posted a picture of a game controller. There we go. When Uncle Sam says this is the great American game, which is what you heard from Samuel L. Jackson, it's a double entendre. He's referencing America's most popular sport, NFL, and he's introducing a story about the game of America, politics, capitalism, etc. Then they says Uncle Sam, being played by Samuel L. Jackson, was intentional. Oh, I didn't get this part. He played the house slave in the Django Unchained in 2012, where he was used by the slave master to keep the other slaves in line. A black Uncle Sam represents the affluent black people at the top used to do the same thing in modern day. Woo, this is deep. Kendrick plays an unreleased track from his GNX album. He says, the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. It's clear that during one of the most watched events in television, Kendrick intends to highlight the real American game. They continue. After Squabble Up, Uncle Sam chimes in saying the performance is too ghetto and asks if Kendrick really knows how to play the game. Uncle Sam, who is really more of an Uncle Tom, represents entities that try to censor, control, and profit off Black American culture. In response to this, Kendrick plays humble with his dancers in a notably divided American flag formation while bobbing their heads, yes, in compliance. I do have a photo of that. Okay. Then the next shot shows Kendrick and his dancers on a prison yard, the light in the background saying, warning, wrong way, representing the need for a redirection for Black people in America, economic, social, and political. They then write, after this is the streetlight scene. The streetlights represent the dangers of growing up in the inner city where Black children are told to be home by the time the streetlights came on. Uncle Sam scolds Kendrick and his group for using the culture cheat code, referencing racial profiling. Uncle Sam asks the scorekeeper to, quote, deduct one life. Kendrick teases playing Not Like Us, but pivots to playing ballads with SZA. Uncle Sam says, that's what America wants, nice and calm. So you see what we're talking about with people calling in and talking about what they wanted, what they expected, and you're seeing this in the commentary on social media as well. So I remember when Samuel L. Jackson, playing as Uncle Sam, says that's what America wants. All of us to be nice and calm. Kendrick interrupts Uncle Sam's nod of approval and says, 40 acres and a mule, this is bigger than the music. K-Dot finally performs Not Like Us, complete with Compton superstar Serena Williams grip. We'll see walk. There we go. Walking in a tennis skirt. This isn't just a shot at her ex Drake, though, but a nod to her being criticized, which we talked about, for sea walking after beating Maria Sharapova in 2012 Wimbledon match. It just happened to be perfect to add Serena. It was more so about this moment from 2012 where you see her sea walking on the tennis court, and she was criticized for that. So it was more so a throw to that. It just happened to be perfect that she is Drake's ex. Okay. And then I don't know if you guys noticed the moment where the dancers lay on the ground and they look like unalived people. So they show a picture of that. Okay. And in the last post, and this is from our friends over at the Shade Room, because you know what we do here? Cite our sources. Everyone drop cite our sources in the live chat. Okay. For those that don't. So they end their slide by saying, because, you know, the background, it says game over in lights in the crowd. So they said Kendrick ends the show with TV off, continuing his choice to defy Uncle Sam's demand for Kendrick to comply and play the game of respectability politics. The lights in the background say game over. It can also represent the end to his beef with Drake, as well as the end to America's game with a revolution. See, when I get it. It didn't come straight to you. But I can appreciate after this, people are breaking it down and explaining. It makes you look back. It makes you go back and watch it again. You're like, damn, that was powerful. Damn, that was intentional. And damn, he used his art form to speak into us, to remind us of who we are and where we come from and what we can do and whose shoulders we sit on. And what people have lost in order for us to be where we are. The fact that I'm able to speak this way in front of all of you. Woo! I had to read that. Mama Ellie, if we can just put a timestamp for that for those for the replay that want to go straight to us breaking down Kendrick Lamar's, Super Bowl performance. All right. I'm going to get to the rest of the callers. Donna's backstage. We're going to bring Donna up next. Hold on a second. Donna, what is going on? How are you?
Good afternoon from Texas, y'all.
Yeah, what part of Texas?
I'm near Fort Worth in Dallas.
Okay. All right. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Praise the Lord. We'll take it. I am not normally a sports fan. I just want to say I am a new Eagles fan.
Yeah. Come on, Eagles.
My sad reason, but it's not sad, is I love Frankie Beverly and Maze. And I saw Jalen Hurts in July at Frankie Beverly's final farewell show, along with Miss Patty Jackson, that I did not know who she was at the time. And I told her, I said, you look familiar, because I just do that when I meet people out in public. I'm like, where do I know you from? And she just laughed and giggled. And then I found out who she was months later. But it was a beautiful game for what I know of football. I watched it with a couple of friends. But I will say, I noticed on Kendrick's performance, was it not like a gamer? I'm sorry. Oh my God. A game controller. Yes. Because I have a 30-year-old son, and I bought those game controllers for many years.
Yep.
So that was awesome. But I will also say that one of the commercials, Snoop and Tom Brady on Stop the Hate, it was a cute message, but it was a little too late for Snoop. Don't try to save it for what you've already done. Don't try to save face now. And I was just a little put off by that. But that's all I had to say.
Thank you, Donna. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Hope to see you soon. Love y'all.
Yes. Take care. Bye, Donna. I know. Yeah, I got to get down to Texas. Okay, we have a long line. Let me move. Hayat is backstage. We're going to bring Hayat up next. Hayat, what did you want to share?
Hey, Compire.
Hey, how are you?
It's your friendly Canadian talking about the NFL with you. I'm good. But I know you were asking about who the next halftime should be. I've been saying it. Missy Elliott by herself. We don't need Katy Perry. Missy the whole time. She can bring on Sierra. She can bring them all out. Timbaland could do his little duh. It would be lit. Sorry, I'm just very passionate about Missy. But
I appreciate it.
Thank you. I thought the halftime show was amazing. I don't watch football. I especially don't watch football right now because we're a little angry at Americans, I ain't gonna lie. But I do watch the CFL, but I don't really watch the NFL. I was so happy to see the Eagles win because that team was looking blackity black. And I was like, yes! Oh! And I know that we like to downgrade Black quarterbacks all the time, but this is just an idea for people to understand that Black people can be two things. They can be athletic, and they can be very smart, and they can be strategic, and they could be tactical, and they could be all of the above. So, I know I'm kind of going on that rant, but I really wanted to just say that Kendrick's set list was perfect. I know a lot of people were breaking down the set list. He could have had Money Trees, he could have had this, but the way that every song played a part for what he was trying to spell, it was just beautiful to me. I loved it. I loved his pants. I want those pants. I want my mans to have those pants. I want everybody to have those pants. Those are nice pants. And really quickly, I don't know if you saw the commercial about the Canadian one. Did you see that one? Ooh, Canada put a commercial in the Super Bowl ad. And it was pretty much like, we used to be friends to America. And like talking about all the things that we've, had trade agreements with and da-da-da-da-da. It was real interesting. If you ever get a chance to look it up, go take a look at that commercial. Because that's what we talk about when we say Canadians are polite. We're not nice.
Okay. Hiya, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
There we go. Ms. Bergline?
Hi, can you hear me? Yes. Okay, I can hear you now. Hi, everybody. I guess maybe it's because I'm old. and this listening to the commentary after this this halftime show is making me feel old. Because when I saw, first of all, I don't follow a lot of rap. I do follow Kendrick because Kendrick caught my eye and my ear a long time ago with the things he was saying and the way that he was presenting it, because to me, it was very reminiscent of very old school Prince when he first came out. If anybody is a Prince fan and you listen to Prince from the beginning, every single album had a social commentary song on it. So it reminded me of that. And I think that's why him and Prince actually became friends before Prince passed. Anyway, when I saw Samuel L. Jackson and I saw him dressed the way he was, I was like, oh man, this is going to be something. And then when I heard him state the revolution will be televised, I knew exactly what I was going to get from this man. And it was exactly what is needed right now with what's going on with all the social media and the TikToks and the calling out Black people for not marching with this one and that one and standing up here and standing up there. And where is Kamala and all of the diatribe and the BS that is going on. I disagree with him. It was the right man, because I think only Kendrick delivering that message to Black America would have been heard. It wasn't a time to just hear a bunch of pop, oh yeah, let's dance and Twix and all this other stuff. That's not where we're at right now. We have to realize that at this moment in time, we are fighting for our own right to exist. Pay attention to what is going on and what's being said. The abolishment of the Board of Education, the Department of Education, is only going to hurt minorities and poor. The getting rid of any type of the USAID, which is the United States AIDS Department, the department that gives out aid to different people in communities, handicapped veterans and all that. Look at what is going on and who it is going to hurt. This is not the time for us to be partying. This is the time for us to be preparing. And that's why he kind of threw it back to that whole, the revolution will be televised, because it's being televised.
They're going on TV every day and telling us what they're going to do to us. So not just Blacks, but all minorities, all people who are marginalized. We have to be paying attention. And I think that Kendrick really is the only one who could have delivered that message in a way that would have been heard. And I enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked hearing it. I liked seeing it. And it gave me faith that there are young people out there who are going to take the place of the soldiers like myself and others who are growing old and can't do it anymore. There is going to be people who will take our place. And that's all I can really say about that. I enjoyed it. Understand something as blackety black, black, black as this was. Next year is going to be whitey white, white.
I know. Taylor Swift.
Sure.
Thank you, Miss Brooklyn. All right, let's get to our other callers. Let me bring up Ellie next. Ellie, what did you want to share about the Super Bowl? Oh, Ellie, I don't hear you. You're muted, Ellie.
There I am. Okay.
There you go.
Woo. Okay, so what was I? Oh, gosh, I got all tongue-tied. Okay, yeah, the fleshy hat commercial was really weird. I think that was prejudice towards Texans. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Which is really uncomfortable because it's like fleshy and weird. The Snoop commercial, come on, dude. Coming from a real heavy football family, even somebody like me, I mean, I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot. But even I know, like, the quarterback's not supposed to be tackled and sacked that many times. It was hilarious. It was so fun. I'm like, Patrick Mahomes, you got to be so embarrassed right now. Woo! It was a good game in that sense. They just kept going boom, 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 boom. Kendrick Lamar's performance, I agree with a lot of the other callers. It was artistic. It was purposeful. It was, gosh, even as a Mexican, I felt seen. Even as a woman, I felt seen. And I joked with my boyfriend. I was like, you see all those dancers coming out of the car? That's the Mexicans. Just kidding. Because, there's that stereotype where we shove everybody in the car, which is half true. But I really did feel represented, but also really proud of, like, the Black community coming together. And I think the people that are not getting it, or maybe some of the people that are not getting it, I don't want to say all, that saying that's like, and I love this saying where it's like, no lives matter until Black lives matter. That is so true in this country. Like, come on, look around you. Look at everything that's happened in the past, right now, what's going to happen. Like, no lives matter until Black lives matter. And I felt seen. I felt the love, the pride. Latinos love, like, a pride in their own raza, And so to see that being displayed so proudly, like, I just, like, felt so, like, my heart grew for all of, like, my Black girlfriends, my Black boyfriends, my just, like, friends and family. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, it was beautiful. So that's all I wanted to say, is that I really did feel seen by Kendrick Lamar as a Mexican woman in America. And
I love that.
That's
Thank
big.
you, Ellie. Thank you for calling in.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. I love the fact that we are hearing from people that aren't Black that are saying that I still felt seen from this performance, as you should, because I don't think Kendrick Lamar really was just talking to Black people. Kimberly's backstage. We'll bring Kimberly up next. Kimberly, what did you want to share?
Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to hear the whole show today, but I got part of it. And I really felt moved to call in because I felt so full. I felt emotional. I feel emotional now. When I saw that performance, I watched it 4 times. It's right then and there. I was there for it because I am a Kendrick fan, not like a die hard, but of him. He's a Pulitzer Prize, obviously, winning writer, poet, and it shows. Yeah. So I just wanted to say, I agree a lot of things have been said, but okay, just to jump back real quick, I love the fact that what Jaden said about sorry, I probably would say it's wrong, the quarterback on the Eagles, he asked about, you guys probably talked about this already. I wasn't here for this part, right? And when Trump asked him, when they were asking, how do you feel about Trump coming? And he was like, he can do whatever he wants. Not at all rude, not mean, but not at all like boot looking or excited about it. And I thought that was so perfect because we know that what was going on in those stages too. Eagles versus KC had a lot of different meanings for me. But moving on, I do think I'm not going to go on and on, but one thing I want to say, if I don't say anything else besides that quarterback thing, was that I really think that just like the song Not Like Us is for us. And when I say us, I mean obviously everyone, but the American descendants of the enslaved people, Black Americans. And I love that he's telling our story. And so many times, like in our culture, because we built the country in our culture, is that we oftentimes, still being minorities, of course, we have to get in where we fit in, make sense of things. And I always enjoyed, even, I'm 48 years old. You don't know that, but I'm 48 years old. I watched a Super Bowl. And it wasn't until very few and far between that I felt that it was for us or made sense to us or for our type of fandom. And it shows how much our culture has grown and evolved that our music is for everyone. And I love that everyone does indeed feel seen and connected, because we're not a monolith. We are unique people. And I'm not saying that Black people who are not AODS, that they can't enjoy Kendrick, but I do feel special pride in what he's saying, because I caught all that. Maybe it was my age, maybe it was my education, maybe it's how my family raised me, but I had to watch it 4 times. I was like, ooh, 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 in between crying. So I could go on and on. I won't. Thanks so much. I'm going to pass. Have a good day.
You too. All right. We have Bernice backstage. We're going to try to get to everyone, guys. We're going to bring up Bernice first. Hold on. Bernice, what's going on?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to be a little light. Like, a lot of people comment kind of heavy. So I just think that he did a good performance. I was entertained. Also, the guy who did the Star Spangled Banner, I don't remember his name. He did a good job. It was different. So even though it was different, it still was a good job. And I just want to say, over the years, the Super Bowl performances, had hit or miss. But why not do something like Broadway things? Since I heard the Blue Men Group is going out, like doing their last, shows. Why not put them on the Super Bowl? So it doesn't always have to be like a big time performance. I mean, because it's only 2 minutes. And yes, it's the Super Bowl, but let's just do something different, but still where we can be entertained. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Thank you, Bernice. All right. We have Amy backstage. We're going to bring Amy up next. Amy, what did you want to share about the Super Bowl?
Hey, guys. Hey, Empire. I am like the fly in the buttermilk, but I didn't like the halftime show.
That's okay. What did you like?
Sorry, y'all. Listen,
why are you sorry? Don't be
I
sorry.
like Kendrick Lamar, but I just felt like his music is a vibe in a way. It's just not Super Bowl-ish. And what I mean by that, yes, there's a lot of political commentary and everyone felt like, I guess, the message. But for me, I have to be dead honest. I kind of miss Drake.
Oh.
So what I mean by that is a lot of his music fits that type of aesthetic. Like when Beyonce came out and did the halftime show, it's just way more like glitz and glam and showgirl. And I think a lot of times with the rappers in general, it's hard to translate a lot of their music. The only time I've seen it done well is when they had the West Coast infused like collaboration with all the Dr. Dre's proteges. I enjoyed that performance. There was so much stuff going on and it was different people. Now, I think Kendrick missed the mark in regards to, I think I liked that he was there, but I wish he would have had more collaborations and more of his more popular nostalgic records. Like, I'll be honest with you, I was like, it was some of the songs I was like, where's this one and where's that one? And I understand he was promoting the record, but I just felt kind of let down. So that's kind of why I was saying that. Like, and I really did want to see.
You're not alone. You're not alone, because I did post that, there were mixed reactions to his performance. So it's okay to disagree with us.
Yeah, but I said, like, because a lot of people look like you just not deep enough. I was like, it's not that. For me, I just felt like some of his records, like I wanted to see loyalty. Like maybe bring Rihanna out. I would have loved to, get that type of, like we can get the poetic Kendrick, and we got to get the, the party, what's called. I would have loved to see Metro Boom and Future come out and do the other record that he had. Those are the things. I mean, it's nothing wrong with getting deep, but I would have loved some of his party records. That's all. Okay. So that's why I kind of felt let down. But it also made me think about, like, Drake is more suited for these type of events because he does have a lot of those party records that people enjoy. I mean, I know people don't like Drake right now, But he is definitely essential in those spaces when it comes to like the Super Bowl and other things. So maybe next year we don't need to do, if we're going to pick an artist, let's consider more collaborations. At one point, I remember when Jennifer Lopez and Shakira did it, and I was thinking, what are they going to do with it? But when they got together, oh my God, that was like an
You
amazing.
remember J-Lo was like mad about it. She's like, I wanted to do a Super Bowl by myself.
No, she didn't say that. You were saying that they were.
I swear to God, she said that.
No, but I was there when they got. But I remember thinking, how are they going to fuse J-Lo and Shakira? They're so opposite. But when they did it together, I said, no other way. It was amazing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have wished that Kendrick had more features and really brought a lot of his records, his popular records out there, that we would have been more like excited about it, because I felt like it was just going really, really slow and it was dragging. And then towards the end, he did the Not Like Us record, which was okay, but I was just like, why are we bringing Drake up in such an important moment for Kendrick? If that makes sense. So that's why, huh?
I said, all right.
Yeah, so that was my overall view of it. I gave the show about a 7. Now the football game, the football game in general, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm happy that the Eagles won, but I don't like blowouts. I love a really good game. I want to be
close.
Yes, like I think when the Eagles played, no, I think it was the Eagles and it was snowing. I can't remember what game it was in the playoffs this season, but that was a real. Yeah, me too. Right? That was such a good game. They were snowing. They were fighting. It got to the end. I was like, oh my God, that was such a good game. And I feel like we didn't get to see that this time. This is like a straight blowout. I mean, I guess you can be happy for the Eagles, but I would have wished it would have been more memorable in that way. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to sit here and pretend like I watched the game. Kathy's backstage. We're going to bring Kathy up next. Hold on. Kathy, what's going on?
Hi, Empire. Hi, everyone. Hey. I'm going to keep it short. So I enjoyed the halftime show. It was entertaining. At the same time, he was educating people. And he also, Trump, he tried to get rid of Black History Month. Perfect timing for him to tell Trump and all the MAGA people that we're going to celebrate us. Him doing the song is Not Like Us. It's not just about Drake. It's about a whole community of people who don't want to recognize Black people, who wants to stop us from learning about our culture, our history. So there were so much bigger messages in his performance.
Yeah.
And so it just, even at the end, when all the dancers were lying down on the ground, the field,
yes.
To me, that represented all the lives. Not just Black, not just the Republicans, not just the Democrats. All lives are going to be impacted by everything that Trump does. It's not just one set of people, everyone. And people are feeling it now. So I think the performance was just on time. It really, really was. And I know people are looking for entertainment, but we also got to recognize what the bigger message was. And it's really, we got to stand united. We really have to stand united.
The dangers of us always saying that we want to be entertained is part of the reason why the Democrats always bring out these celebrities at all of the promotional things. And clearly that messaging did not help or work.
Exactly. If we got a Lil Wayne, you know what would happen? It will be a Lil Wayne just doing Lil Wayne. And I love Lil Wayne. But there's a bigger message. Let's forget about the dancing and just look at what's really happening in the world. And Kendrick, my Gemini brother, I'm a Gemini. We stubborn, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
That's true.
Okay, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it with a smile on our face. Okay. And he did it, so I loved it. I love Samuel L. Jackson. Anytime I see him, my heart gets warm. I love him. I love to see it was everything. SZA, the whole performance was good. And I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan before the Drake stuff. I will be seeing him in May. I saw him back in 2018. Him and SZA are a great pair. I can't wait to see him again in May. But I think it was wonderful. And hopefully next year, I don't think it can happen, but it would be great to see Jay-Z and Nas together. I would love to see that. I'm a New Yorker, and I know they had their beef, but those are two great pioneers. They're the GOATs. I love them both.
Their beef is over, though.
It's been over, but I would love to see them unite. I would love to see it. It would be great. I mean, I don't know if it'll happen, but
We shall see. I mean, he produces the halftime show, so.
I know. You see Ruby? She's so cute.
Yeah. Ruby's always out, doing her thing.
She got North energy. She's a Gemini too. I tell you, we some wild people.
Kathy, thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye.
All right, we have Miss Bernice backstage. We're going to bring Miss Bernice up next. Miss Bernice, what did you want to share about the halftime show or the Super Bowl in general?
Oh, what up, though, everybody? Hey, I love the game. The game was awesome. Oh, I loved it from beginning to end because with Super Bowl and even during the week when they kept showing, them interviewing the athletes and asking the questions, how you feel and stuff like that. What kept really pissing me off, was I kept asking Kelsey about Taylor. This man is performing on stage, as in the football stage, in this week, and you're not asking him how he feel about the strategy or anything from the game. They kept asking him questions about Taylor, and that really was picking at him, I think. And he didn't perform correctly. Matter of fact, the whole team didn't perform correctly because I think Eagles wanted it more. The Eagles wanted it more. On that day, either you want it or you don't. And with the way the Eagles was played it, they shut down Mahomes and his line. He got sacked 6 times. Wow. So his line wasn't protecting him at all. Come on, y'all. My hat goes out to Eagles. I love the halftime because there was messages in there. If you was willing to be open-minded and learn, you got it. If you was closed-minded and you're not ready to hear, you didn't get it. That's on you. But it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. It was great. I'm looking forward to the next Super Bowl. And people, New Orleans is a culturally diverse town, but it centers around us. From jazz to now. That was Baptiste who sang the national anthem, and he put a jazzy swerve into it because that represents New Orleans. Okay, y'all.
I didn't see. That's the only part of the Super Bowl festivities that I missed.
And Legacy, she's from New Orleans, and she said this is her circle of life. Started off as a little girl in New Orleans, and with her talent, she went around the world, and now she's coming back home, and she's singing, lift every voice and sing.
Amazing voice.
Yes, and she singing it in her white, like the goddess that she is. No, you can't tell me that wasn't good. Come on now.
Well, Miss Bernice, we always appreciate you calling in.
Okay, thank you, boo. Have a good one.
You too. All right. We're going to bring up, I'm going to close out with these last couple of callers, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We are giving you a quick recap, and we will be posting the timestamps after the live. Shout out to our King's Guards in the building. I see a little ruckus going on in the live chat. We do not moderate adults. Stop it, or you will be blocked. You can either agree to disagree and just exit and just watch from the bushes. There's no need to be fighting or arguing in the live chat. Okay. All right. Let's bring up Janelle next. Hold on. Janelle, what did you want to share?
Bonjour, Kempaya. How are you, darling?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm good. I love to see your vineyard, wherever you lake house, wherever you are right now in the background. Or what you wish you could be, wishes do come true. Anyways, first off, I love me some football. I thoroughly enjoyed the game last night. I have rooted for the Chiefs before in the past, but I have fallen in love with the Philadelphia Eagles. Kudos to their social media team, because those videos they post on their YouTube and other social media channels will make you fall in love with that team. So just FYI to anybody, whoever is curious about the players and who they are personality-wise, go on their YouTube channel. Also, side note, one of the players, CJ Gardner-Johnson, who is hilarious. He plays defense on the Eagles. One of the dudes who caught the interception, his name is Cooper DeJean, and he's this white boy from Iowa. He calls him and another white player the exciting whites. And I was like, what? And then you watch the game and you're like, oh, it all makes sense. I love it when you have to go and see it. You have to go and see it to show what I'm saying. But it's super funny. He says it in a video on the YouTube channel. But I was rooting for the Eagles. I felt it in my spirit. Literally like 2 days before, I said the Eagles are going to win. I can't explain it, but I feel it.
That's how I felt too, and I don't even watch football.
Well, astrology wise, there's an astrologer I follow on Instagram, and she said, according to the birth chart of the Super Bowl, like when it was going to start and this location, and also now that Jupiter is no longer in retrograde, it was favoring change. It was favoring new. And if anybody who is up to date on sports knows that the Chiefs were going for a 3-peat. There's never been a team in Super Bowl history, because there's the NFL history and Super Bowl history. And Super Bowl history has ever achieved getting 3 Super Bowl wins consecutively. And the Chiefs were trying to get that. And they said that it was favoring newness. And also people were dogging out the Eagles for the past few weeks, saying they're going to lose. They're the underdogs. I said, y'all don't realize how that fuels athletes when you keep telling people like, oh, you're not going to be enough, or you're going to lose, or your quarterback sucks, or your team sucks, or you're this. Like, you don't realize how that for some people you can translate that mentally into something positive and give yourself that fuel to be like, yo, what's up? Like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. So like, stop this. And they proved everybody wrong. Those Chiefs were so sad and pitiful on the sideline, and that meme of Patrick Mahomes with the pouty face, why he made that face, because the moment he made it, I was watching it live, I was like, oh, that's gonna be a meme, and sure enough, it's everywhere. Do you know what photo I'm talking about?
No.
Patrick Mahomes is sticking out his bottom lip like a little baby. I was like, boy, you should have never made that face. But anyway, and also the halftime show, I loved it. Now, some people thought it should have been more like glitz and glamour, kind of like the Beyonce Bowl for the Christmas game. But personally, for me, I was bopping in my apartment. Like, I loved that halftime show. And when Serena came out with the crip walk, I was like, yes! Give me more Serena, and you looking good, girl. Get it. And then SZA, and I love me some SZA. I was like, yes, give it to me more. All the Stars is one of my favorite songs of all time. So when they pulled that out, I was just like a kid in a candy store, and I was just waiting for Kendrick to be like, when's Not Like Us coming up? I know he's going to do it because he's petty. I wish people would stop trying to mess with Geminis. They are petty, they're intelligent, and they will come back at you when you're least expecting it. Stop it. And I say this as a Sagittarius, that Gemini is my twin sign, so I understand the petty. And okay, except they're much quieter about it. I'm more blunt. So that's the only difference. But it was so good. I loved the halftime show. Like, I was living my best life. It was such a great game. And I know people wish it was like more like it was a much closer game. But honestly, I think that's what it needed to happen, because I don't know. That's just me personally. I just think
I'm glad. I'm sure the Eagles love the fact that they slaughtered them.
Oh, they did. And in Black History Month, do y'all realize we needed this? We needed Beyonce to win Album of the Year. We needed Kendrick with the halftime show, and we needed the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, especially after finding out that man in the White House was cheering on the Chiefs. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, I listen, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, I do like you, but I'm going to have to go for my Eagles. I'm sorry. Sorry later. And also, did you see them booing Taylor in the
you must have missed it. We started off with that today.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. I came on late. I was like, because you know what it is? I don't think people really dislike Taylor. I think I think her and Travis' relationship is oversaturated. I think we just see it way too much. And I think people are tired. And especially if your intro video, you hire Tom Cruise to do the intro video for the Super Bowl. And one of the clips you show is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce kissing. Last time I checked, she didn't play the football game. Nothing against her. Swifties, do not come after me, okay?
It goes back to what I was saying about this relationship. I don't believe it. Anyways, Janelle, we appreciate you calling in.
I had tea on that, but I will not say it publicly because I'm trying to save my face. Okay, bye, Kempire!
All right, we're going to take one last caller, but before we do, Creme Brulee says that our girl, Onijah Robertson Ahmed, she's not Ahmed, she didn't marry that boy, is in Dubai. So she didn't get her connecting flight? She didn't get her connecting flight? What is happening? Thank you for that update. Tone TV says the jeans are called stack jeans, y'all. That's the new style. So Google them. They come in a lot of brands in regards to Kendrick Lamar's jeans. A lot of people are talking about them. Miss Esquire says, as the great Toni Morrison says, have you considered that where I am is already the mainstream? I love that. Of course, a Virgo would come out with that quote. Scarlett, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me shimmy for the dollars. Scarlett says, Kendrick's performance is a reminder, symbolism greater than entertainment. Glad he used his platform to the NFL, who blackballs players who speak on racism, etc., expecting him to tap dance to a bunch of, I'm not sure what you were trying to say there, but it's crazy. Thank you, Scarlett. We appreciate the super chat and the message. Asia, thank you for the super chat. Asia, shimmy for the dollars. Asia says everything that happened this month, Grammys, the Eagles, and Kendrick, is to remind us that everything is gonna be all right. I think you meant. Happy Black History Month. I loved everything about the performance. Thank you, Asia. We appreciate your support. April, thank you so much for the super chat. April says, just to lighten the mood here, wouldn't it be comical if when Squabble Up played the camera panned, when Squabble Up played, the camera panned to Dr. Contessa on the stage? April, only we would get that. Not everyone watches Bravo or Married to Medicine. CV, thank you for the super chat. Let me shimmy. You can't see my shimmy. It's all right. CV, thank you for the super chat. CV says, during the time of slavery and working on the plantation, we often use songs to communicate to each other in code. Old Negro spirituals? Yes. Kendrick's performance was no different. He spoke to us and we understood the message. You guys are so poetic today. Bianca, thank you so much for the super chat. Bianca says, I'm concerned Jay-Z has bias based on beef. Will we ever get to see Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, or Nicki? Will people have to kiss the ring to perform? I mean, it's a valid point. The industry is very, very much like that, so it wouldn't shock me. Bernice, thank you so much for the super chats. I think The Weeknd would be good too, the singer, The Weeknd. He would. He's very creative too. And very popular as well. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for the super chat. Dr. Payne, it was an amazing performance and I love the creativity. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for all the super chats. We appreciate it. But don't forget, you can also support the channel just by liking today's video. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to the Kempire podcast so you can hear audio version of our live recaps and special episodes like my review of The Fall of Diddy. Be sure to subscribe today. And don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. All right. Let's bring up our last caller for today. Tish, what's going on? Or Tish.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, well, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm always excited when I catch you live because I got a new job recently and I always miss your lives. And so I like being a part of the replay crew, but I also love when I get to call in and hear everyone and chat because I like my peeps.
You might be trying to quit the job. No, I'm playing.
Listen, I was a stay-at-home wife for a long time, and that's when we were living in Mexico, and I was always online. I was watching every single live, and I might just go back to being a stay-at-home wife.
I know that's right.
It ain't worth it. I'm a Capricorn, so I like having my own money and working, but I like my freedom more.
I know.
I don't know. But anyway,
whatever you want, you should have.
thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so I slept through the game and I missed everything. I was supposed to watch. Okay, in my defense, I was supposed to watch. It was been a long week. Again, I'm not used to working. And then I had to travel for work. So it was just a long week. I slept most of the weekend. I said I was gonna watch some shows and I ended up falling asleep and I woke up at 1 and so I had to watch the highlights. But I for one am glad that the Eagles won. And I'm glad that they won with such a watching the highlights hits different because I'm sure like as you're watching the live game, things don't look as bad. The highlights make it look really, really sad. Like interception after interception, fumble, sacks. Like it is beautiful. And I think the ancestors were really, really happy because we all know, the other quarterback who he supports. We know who his wife supports. And that guy was at the game. So I just really feel like the ancestors did what they had to do. Same with the halftime show. I get it. I was actually in the comments commenting because I know a lot of people were bored or were not as entertained. And I think sometimes like the message just needs to be delivered. And one thing about Kendrick is he's not about shucking and jiving. If he got something to say, he's going to say it. And he might whereas he'll put a nice beat to it, like not like us. But for the most part, he's all about the message. He's all about getting things across. And that's why he's a Pulitzer Prize winner, right? But also, I think he sat there and he looked at the state of America. He looked at what we're going through and he said, I need to send a clear message. We watched Kendrick do a live protest, basically. Right? Like the messages that he sent, the things that he said, the way he looked at the camera, like he was clear and direct in what he was saying. And I get it. It wasn't as entertaining, but I don't think he wanted to entertain as much as he wanted to educate. And I think for him, the message was way more important than everybody dancing. I think for us, people like me that like read for entertainment and like we get it, right? Because the metaphors, for me, that is entertainment. That is entertaining, right? Like seeing the metaphors, thinking deeper. Like I don't need everything to be across a boppy beat. Like I don't need that. But I understand that others do and I respect it. But for Kendrick, I don't think that was his purpose. That wasn't his goal. One more thing. Really quick, I fell asleep watching Laverne Cox's new show. Have you seen it yet?
No, I saw she was promoting it.
It is so cute.
Why? Was it not good?
It is so cute. No, it's good. That's why I'm mad I fell asleep. I ended up at work today. I kind of watched some more episodes. It's called Clean Slate. It's really cute. And
You watch it?
On Prime Video.
Okay.
Amazon Prime. She plays a transgender woman who is from the deep South Alabama who left because she did not feel comfortable and left as a male and came back to visit as a woman. And it's the experience of her dad, her very,
Yes.
with and the church that she grew up in and the friendships, but it's a comedy and it's really I'm entertained.
I'm gonna get into that.
I'm entertained. It's really good in my opinion. So you should check it out.
Okay, stay tuned. I like it. Well, I've been trying to watch more Prime stuff because we also recap and talk about Harlem. So I'm gonna watch that. And plus, especially right now, how our government is trying to erase the trans community.
Yes.
That show is in representation is so important.
And the cast is majority Black, and a lot of majority Black cast shows have been getting removed and canceled as well. So,
That too.
yeah. But that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tish. I hope you wish. I wish and hope that you live your best life, whether it means working or being a stay-at-home mom, which is fantastic as well.
Thank you. Well, not mom, a wife.
Oh.
I don't have any kids yet. Yes.
Did I just speak something into existence? Uh-oh.
I know, right? Exactly. But thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Take care, Tish.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, y'all. I have to wrap it up because I said I was going to get off of here at 4:00. It's now almost 5. Okay. But Empress, thank you so much for the super chat. Empress says, I actually feel a little bad for Taylor, and I'm not even a fan because it's the NFL who keeps using her. They keep panning to her. I agree. They know what they're doing. And part of me feels bad for Taylor, but if what I've thought is true, that they're using each other for publicity, then I don't feel that bad for her because now it's blowing up in her face, which also makes me believe that it's not 100% real in regards to her relationship with Travis Kelce. But I don't think anyone needs to be booed. She hasn't done anything. She hasn't harmed anyone. Even if this is a media relationship, she hasn't harmed anyone. There's no reason for people to boo her. If anything, she's probably the most unproblematic of these, celebrities out there. So, and I do like a Taylor Swift song here and there. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Shout out to everyone that called in and shared their thoughts and opinions. But if you're part of the replay crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts and opinions on the Super Bowl. Congratulations again to the Philadephia Eagles. Congratulations to Kendrick Lamar. Congratulations to SZA, Serena Williams. Congratulations to the community that felt seen and enriched from his performance. But I know not everyone is going to agree. But as always, we do not moderate adults. So don't attack people for their opinions in the comment section, because you will get blocked. We want to continue to create and curate a positive and safe community for our community as it continues to grow here on the channel. And again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe to the Empire Podcast and support our sponsor today, our friends over at Rose Forever. Valentine's Day is on Friday. Still time for you to get a little something for yourself or someone you love. Roses that will last you at least a year, plus a discount with the discount code Kempire20. Thank you all for being here. I want to end this live by rereading this fabulous breakdown from our friends over at Time, because I felt like this was the best summary of what we watched during the Kendrick Lamar's performance. So a reminder, this is what Time wrote on their social media. When the NFL announced Kendrick Lamar as the Super Bowl halftime show performer in September, both his critics and fans expressed doubt that he would be up for the job. To naysayers, Lamar was too verbose, too political, too obscure for pop music's biggest stage, which has typically featured culturally safe icons belting universally beloved anthems. Conversely, Lamar's fans worried that the narrow confines of the televised gig would require him to compromise his artistry. There seemed to be no way that Lamar could both win over the masses yearning for spectacle and his diehards hoping for a thunderbolt of Pulitzer-level genius. But Lamar's superpower has long been his unique ability to navigate his exact tension between message and reach, to tell stories of American pain and oppression without coming off as preachy, to challenge audiences lyrically and musically while widening his listenership. And on Sunday, this balancing act was on full display. Lamar delivered a Super Bowl performance wholly unlike any other before it, in which the aim was not to summon nostalgia or comfort, but to demand full attention and active listening from his audience. What Lamar lacked in sing-alongs, he made up for in narrative, visual stagecraft, and sly political commentary, while also slamming the casket on his rap feud with Drake for good. Congratulations to the Philadephia Eagles and to Kendrick Lamar and everyone involved, Samuel L. Jackson, SZA, Serena Williams, all of the dancers, all of the people behind the creation of that halftime show. Congratulations. Shout out to Philly. We appreciate everyone being here for our special Super Bowl special breakdown of the Super Bowl and the halftime show and the message and our political climate. We appreciate you all being here. Again, don't forget to like the video. Shout out to the replay crew. Shout out to our King's Guards. I will see you all in the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. As always, don't forget to give the Kempire Podcast a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. We're trying to get to 1,000 reviews on both platforms. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, download, and share the Kempire Podcast.